Oh, what? You didn't think I was finished, did you? But no, you sit right back down and you do not stop this video, because this is awesome. Seriously, you want to see this. This is Braum Taric Duo Bot Lane.
Taric, you can be my wingman anytime.
No, Braum. You can be mine. So why do you want to duo Braum and Taric? You're goddamn immortal, that's why. Let's look at Taric's abilities first. Taric has a heal based off his bonus health. He also has an armor aura which doubles as a Nova-styled nuke. Just boomf, damage everywhere. He also has a stun, which is pretty freaking good, and his ultimate is effectively an I win button for the team. It provides bonus attack damage and ability power. Not a massive amount, but we've talked about auras before and how they're actually exceptionally powerful, and Taric's is no different. Particularly when you consider the fact that your team doesn't have a massive amount of damage, nor particularly powerful ratios. You need every ounce of hit that you can get. Okay, so now we move on to Braum. What does Braum have that you want? Well, he's got a stun that provides bonus magical damage. He also has a stupidly powerful slow, like really freaking good, which applies a stack for his stun. Additionally, Braum has Stand Behind, which, oh, what's it do? Provides bonus armor and bonus magic resist. He also has the capacity to shield himself, meaning that he takes the damage that the people behind him are going to be trying to avoid. And lastly, he has his ultimate, Glacial Fissure, which is basically a giant fuck everything up for a very short amount of time button. Knockups are a pain in the ass, and this one is very freaking powerful. If you haven't figured out why you want to do this yet, let me break down the synergies for you. Braum stands in the front, uses Stand Behind when a fight starts, and then throws up Unbreakable for the extra move speed to close distance, start pounding on the enemy, and absorb all the damage. Taric sits about a quarter of a foot behind. He's literally in the same space as Braum, giving him a big old bro hug, healing him when he takes too much damage, constantly providing extra armor. That's 2 bonus armors affecting the guy who's taking all the auto attacks. 2. And if anything gets through, if they've got AoEs that just come from the ground or attacks that aren't projectile based in any way, the damage is absorbed by the Stand Behind and the bonus armor. The heal Taric has also affects himself, meaning he can happily take as much damage as Braum does, just Braum is taking less due to Unbreakable. When you get nice and close, you start stunning them. You let one stun wear off fully before you hit them with the next. And if you've gotten to the late game, now granted, you won't be getting in 2v2s in the very late game, but this is for the sake of argument an event that occurs. If you're in the very late game, Taric can chain his stun through the use of his passive. Braum can also chain his stun, because in 6 seconds protection from it has worn off. Now, you're not going to have them stunned permanently, but you are chaining 2 stuns, one after the other. You're cycling between the 2 so that the enemy remains stunned about 50% of the time. That's a giant fuck you button. That's what that is. That's like, hey, we're going to beat you down. We're not necessarily the strongest duo, but you actually can't fight back, and when you do, we've got resistances out the arse. You cannot hurt us. Basically, between the 2 of them, you don't take damage, and with Taric there, you've got heals for both coming in at a fairly regular basis. In the early game, you also have 2 relic shields, and as soon as you get the gold, you should probably be back, because 2 targets brace is kind of bullshit. If you take that into lane, you actually cannot have any damage stick to you, unless you flat out die, unless you make a mistake, and that's not on me, that's on you. Unless you do something really dumb, you can just keep the heals coming. If you're in a serious defensive position, you're still fine, because Taric can just keep ranking his heal, and Braum can keep ranking his shield, and there's enough resistances there already that they're not gonna get hurt significantly. Throw in the relic shield hits, you've got a constant supply of bonus gold. Ridiculously so. Always make sure you hit the cannon minion with your relic shield hit. It doesn't matter which one of you. But with those 2 constantly pinging off, particularly if you get it to Target's Brace as soon as possible, you will actually generate more gold between the two of you than the enemy AD carry with 100+ farm on you. This is over the course of the entire game. It's not a massive amount more, but one of you alone with more gold than the AD carry with 100 more farm, it makes you wonder why there's an AD carry in the game if you're using a build like this and you're out-golding them. Don't miss any last hits, and between the two of you, you shouldn't. And don't miss a Target's Brace proc on a cannon minion. That's just dumb. Massive amounts of gold, massive amounts of sustain, and massive amounts of stun. You don't really need anything else. You can actually successfully win the 2v2 fights that come your way very, very easily. The enemy will most likely run. Unfortunately, it's difficult to stop them until you get Glacial Fissure, Braum's ultimate. With Braum's ultimate, it's a lot harder for the enemy to run, but Ezreal's can still flash out, and enemies can use regular flash to flash the fuck out of there. They're going to want to, and you're going to make them want to. And so you won't necessarily get kills, but this isn't a kill lane, this is a Titan lane. The two of you cannot die together. Can't happen if you're both playing correctly. I'm gonna reiterate that, because I feel the point needs to be said. You cannot die if you play well, at least at the levels of skill that I play. So what do you bring to the late game table? Well, you bring a Zeke's Herald, that's for sure. It doesn't matter which of you gets it. I prefer to get it on the Taric nice and early because it's actually benefiting his heal as well as increasing the amount of damage you can output. And adding 40 damage to a lane that is otherwise not building damage items, but is auto-attacking quite a lot, it's important. The lifesteal, less so, but it still makes a difference. You are auto-attacking fairly regularly, you've got minions to beat down after all. And lifesteal, it's not huge, but every little bit helps. So it doesn't hugely matter which of you gets the Zeke's Herald to bring into the fight, and it has most of its impact in the later game. But in the late game, essentially, the two of you form an iron wall. Doesn't matter which of you starts it, but you can both start fights effectively with your stuns, or Winter's Bite. If the enemy are running, you can catch them. Trust me, you're gonna do it. You're a Taric and a Braum. You can catch people trying to run away, and you can stop people getting through to hurt your squishier teams. Unless you get a full enemy surround, you create the wall that prevents damage coming into whoever it is that you've got to deal your damage. Your mage becomes your I need a peel for you guy, and you can peel for him for hours, days even. And if at any point one of you goes ham, the other is always ready to back them up. You create this iron wall that constantly pushes forward on the enemy until you reach a tower, which slows down your advance. I'll admit that, but it doesn't slow it indefinitely. You're not stopped forever. Eventually you'll take it down. Any fights that you guys get involved in are just a clusterfuck of stuns and armor bonuses, heals to whoever needs them, an unbreakable wall that is Braum's shield. Come on, that just works always. There's never a bad use of that ability, unless you suck. Glacial Fissures, like, hey, I hope you weren't channeling anything because you're not anymore. Stuns, stuns, stuns. Are you not aware that Braum's stun can affect the whole enemy team? You probably are, but you can use that to just chain around and go, okay, you're stunned, I'm gonna go beat on the next guy. Everyone kill the stunned person, or run away from them because they're gonna be a threat and you're not gonna kill them in time. Focus on the damage dealers, but I'll peel the entire team off you. Braum and Taric work wonders together. Now you might say it leaves your team without an AD carry, but have you heard that Twitch can jungle now? That's a thing. AD carries can jungle quite effectively. Maybe you want to do that. Or maybe you just want a powerful AD in your top, let's go with Wukong, and a powerful AP in the mid, say a Karthus, or someone nice and fragile, but capable of absolute devastation. Vega, him. Doesn't matter who your jungle is at this point, he could be Warwick. It's not necessarily the strongest person, although some of you might think so. I'd probably even agree. You don't need your ganks down bottom lane when you're playing this build, but every gank should result in at least one kill, simply due to the amount of crowd control you two can dish out, not to mention a decent amount of a beatdown. And you're never gonna suffer a loss. Don't let it happen. You're smarter than that as an individual, and as a duo lane, you two can come together to never ever die. By our powers combined, we are Braum Taric Duo Bot Lane. thank you all for watching, and I will see you next time. Good night. I don't know how to defend, so I'm just going to attack. I wasn't joking. No need for ult here. Just an auto attack. And there we go.
Yay! The aids are still going!